How you guys doing today? Mark Frank from plentyofgadgets.com. Guys, today I bought a new sound bar. So I needed a sound bar for my office. I wanted something that's immersive, but at the same time it's going to rattle my office walls. So I went ahead and decided to go with the Vizio M512a-H6. That's a long name. They probably need to shorten that name in the future. But this is a Dolby Atmos soundbar. It has two up-firing speakers, so I really want to get into the Dolby Atmos game, but why not try a budget-friendly that's very good? I heard it's very good. Why not try this Vizio soundbar out? Guys, today I'm going to go over how to wall mount the soundbar. I'm going to go over a sound test. I'm going to go over the remote control. I'm going to do a quick unboxing. So I'm going to get very detailed, and I'm sure you guys are going to have a bunch of questions. If I don't answer your questions in a timely manner, do know that I'm researching your questions. Without further ado, guys, let's get into this because I have a lot to cover. Let's get started. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look inside the box and see how they packaged it. So I've already opened it. So the first things first, we have a quick step guide here showing you how to set it up. And then we have a box with all the wires and cords. I'll open this here shortly. And then right here we have the two surround sound rear speakers here, so fairly decent weight. Next we have the subwoofer, and guys, by the way, they packaged all this very well. The packaging is great. This subwoofer, it looks to be probably about maybe 11 inches in length. I would say maybe 7 inches in width and probably about 8 inches in height. So it's a fairly decent size subwoofer. Not the largest, but definitely not the smallest. Let's put that right here. And the most important, the sound bar. Let's take this out. Sound bar. First looking at it, it looks to be probably about 42, 43 inches in length. But we'll take out the packaging and do an accurate reading. So that's pretty much it. That's what's inside the box. So let's go to the next video. All right, guys, so this is what it looks like outside of the box. And guys, I have to be honest with you, this is a very nice looking system. I mean, it is very nice looking, very premium. Vizio, you did an excellent job with this soundbar. The subwoofer, I believe, is around 11 inches in length and about 8 inches in width. The soundbar itself is going to be about just a little bit under 40 inches in length and about 4 inches in width. And the two back speakers will be about 6 inches in length. But overall, it looks great. It's a great looking system. It looks very premium. It's a 5.1.2, so it's 5 channels. It's one subwoofer and 2 up-firing speakers. You got a left speaker, you have a central speaker, you have a right speaker, and you have the 2 surround sound rear speakers in the back. So overall, great looking system. Great looking system. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and check and see what's inside the cord box. So to the left, we have the power cord for the sound bar. And then we have the power cord for the subwoofer here. Now these two cords here attaches from the subwoofer to the back rear speakers. So this is going to be left and right for the back rear speaker. Right here we have an HDMI cord. Give us one. This will attach from your sound bar to the back of your TV. Right here we have, looks like we have a remote control with the batteries. Under that, it's going to be the instructions manual for the sound bar itself. And it looks like they also, along with the HDMI cord, they put an optical cable in here. This will go from your soundbar to the back of your TV. All right, we have some RCA cables, and we have a 3.1 millimeter jack cable. In the center here, we have, I believe this is it, we have a wall mount bracket for your soundbar. This is just an extra space, and that's pretty much it. That's what's in the cord box. So let's go ahead and talk about the soundbar. Now, as far as appearance, it does have like a black, gray, charcoal finish. Looks pretty good here. If we're looking at the buttons, you have your power button, you have your source button, you have your Bluetooth, and you have your volume down and volume up button. And overall, it's a pretty sturdy, pretty heavy. I would say maybe 6 or 7 pounds. I could be off, but it is pretty heavy. You'll definitely feel it when you pick it up. Now, looking on the back, well, let's look at the bottom first. These 2 holes right here is going to be your wall mount, which is in the box here. Well, looking on the back, we have an HDMI in. We have the HDMI eARC. And that's going to be your enhanced audio return channel that goes directly to your TV. We have you have an optical slot here, and we have a USB, which is 5 volt and I think 0.5 amp. That's correct. So you'll have, it comes with an optical cable. I'm not sure if it comes with a USB cable, but it definitely comes with an HDMI cable. Now to the left, you have your power cord that powers to the soundbar. And you have 2 auxiliary ports, your 3.5 millimeter auxiliary port. So that's pretty much what the soundbar has. I mean, that's pretty much what it looks like and what the inputs look like in the back. Before we go and move on to the subwoofer, showing you guys how to hook that up, just want to let you know that this soundbar has a eARC connection. Again, is enhanced audio return channel to your TV. Now, if you don't have the eARC and you just have the ARC, don't worry, it'll still work very well. It just won't have the enhanced features, which is more bandwidth and is better with surround sound. So just don't worry if you have the ARC. You can still control everything with one remote control. If you don't have an eARC or ARC on your TV, that's fine. You can use the optical cable that comes with that comes in the box. Now, just know that the optical cable doesn't carry video, it just carries audio only. I just want to let you guys know that before we start configuring the subwoofer. So for the Vizio subwoofer, it's actually fairly easy. Once you plug your subwoofer in and you have your soundbar on, it'll automatically connect. Now, if you have an instance where it's paired, but you're not hearing any sound out your subwoofer, that's not a problem. Just go ahead and relink it. So all you do is you'll hold this button down for 5 seconds until it blinks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's blinking. Then I set it aside, and then you'll hold this button down on your subwoofer. I'm sorry, on your soundbar. 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now it's relinked. As you can see, there's a solid light there. So the subwoofer is pretty easy to set up. It should be pretty seamless. Vizio did a good job of that. So the surround sound speakers here, they're actually fairly easy to hook up. This gray, they're color coded, so the gray goes into the right, and the blue here goes into the left. So very simple to hook up. And once you plug it in, it's ready to go. The thing I like about these, not only do they look very elegant, very nice, the cord is almost 26 and a half feet long. So that is a lot of wiggle room. You can put these pretty much anywhere. Vizio did a great job of extending these cord lengths. That's very good. Now, as far as on the back, you have a wall mount outlet here. So it comes with a wall mount screw. It doesn't come with the bracket. That's sold separately. I believe you have to go to Vizio to go ahead and purchase that. but it comes with the wall mount screw that you plug into the slot here, and then you can put that on your wall. But other than that, they're very simple. It's just plug and play, and you're good to go. So just remember, your surround sound speakers in the back plugs into your subwoofer. Next, we're gonna go ahead and wall mount this soundbar to the wall. Now, I went ahead and taped the wall mount template on the wall. It looks like this. Now, it does say leave this space between the soundbar and the TV, but I put a little bit extra space so the up-fired speakers can shoot up, and I can hear the sound from simulated from the ceiling. So this is what it looks like. Now I have my laser pointer here. I just want to make sure that I didn't tilt the paper, because it looks like you can tilt it a little bit if it's not straight, but it seems pretty straight. But let me go ahead and I'll put this in the description. But it's just a laser, and I'll be able to level it out. And I just want to see these two holes. I'm gonna put a hole here, and I'll put a hole here. I want to make sure that these are pretty level. I don't expect it to be perfect, but I expect the laser to kind of go through both the holes here. And it looks like it's doing it right now. I'm going through the hole, and it's a little off. It's gonna probably be a little high on that end, but that's fine. That's fine for what I'm doing here. So I'll put this in. This is real good for precision and hanging things on the wall. I'll put that in the description. So next, what I want to do is I'm gonna put this soundbar on the wall. I think the soundbar is like 9 or 10 pounds. I'm going to use some anchors here. I'm going to go a little bit overboard. I believe these anchors are rated for 20 pounds. But I'm just gonna, it's 9 or 10 pound soundbar, but it seems a little bit heavier, probably because of the length of it. But let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you guys how to do it. First, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and poke a hole where it says mark here. This is how far the holes are. So basically what we're gonna do is gonna be like this. I'm gonna put a hole in the wall and screw it. And I'm gonna screw the plates. These are the plates the soundbar is gonna hang on. They'll be like this. So the soundbar go on top of these, and then what we'll do is there's a screw here that came with the soundbar that will screw the soundbar. This screw will go right into the soundbar. So let's go ahead and knock that out. All right, now this one's definitely tighter. Make sure that one's. All right, that one's not moving. So let's see what's going on here. Let me undo this one, and let me get this one tighter. All right, guys, so I believe I made the hole a little bit too big, so I went ahead and took the smaller anchor out and put a bigger anchor in, and it's still, I think that hole is just too big, and I probably knocked out some more drywall in the back. It's still a little loose, but it's tight enough to hold the sound bar. All right, so that doesn't happen often at all. So let's go ahead and put this on the brackets here and see how it fits. What you do is you'll hang it like this. And you just line it up here. And that's about right. I know it was off a tad bit. I saw that in the laser, but I went ahead and did it anyway. And a screw there, and then what we'll do is we'll take these two screws that comes with the sound bar, and we'll go ahead and screw them in. All right, guys, and that's how it looks. I'll go ahead and screw this up a little bit with my screwdriver, but that's how it looks. Looks pretty good. Let's move on to the next scene. All right, guys, so this is how the soundbar looks. I've tightened everything and it actually looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. You can barely even tell that there's any type of tilt, and there's a very slight tilt to the soundbar. Now the two wires, one on the left and the right that you see in back of the soundbar, one is going to the ARC input in the back of the TV. Now this particular TV in here doesn't have an eARC, and the soundbar is compatible with eARC, that's enhanced audio return channel. It just has regular audio return channel, regular ARC, but that's great, still great sound quality. Now, and the right cord, that's going into a plug that I have in the back of my TV. Now I wanted to hide my wires. I didn't want my wires going down, so I had an electrician come out and install a plug in the back of the TV. That ran me, I believe, about $100 to $150. Now you don't want to go that route. There's two options. You can either have a cord cover that covers your cord when it's going down to an outlet below, or you can drill through the wall and have your wires shimmy down behind the wall to an outlet below. If that works for you, you can do it that way. But this is how it looks. Great setup, looks good. So let's go ahead and move on to the functionality of the remote control. So let's get into the remote control. I'll try to keep it visible, focused here. So let's get right into it. So what we have here on the left, we have the input, we have the Bluetooth, your power on, your left, your right, you're up, you're down, you're okay. This is the selection grid. You have your equalizer, you have your levels, different levels. We have a setup, and we have effects, and we have the volume up and volume down, and then we have the mute button. So this is how it looks. One thing I do like about this remote control, it does have an LCD panel that shows you what you're doing and what levels you are. I'm sorry, what levels you're on. So I do like that. The remote control is probably about 5 inches in length and about 1 inch in width. So it's a good looking remote control. Vizio did a great job creating this remote control. Let's talk about the functionality. All right, so the input, we'll start here. This is going to go between the inputs that's hooked up in the back of the soundbar. So right now it's set to HDMI eARC. Now if I want to switch that, I'll hit the input, and now I switch it to Bluetooth. If you guys can see Bluetooth, you may not be able to see it, but when you switch it, it'll tell you on the soundbar, and I like that as well. It'll say Bluetooth pairing, and it just said it was connected because I have my Bluetooth connected to the phone. Now hit input again, and we'll go to USB. And you see where it says USB, and if you can see it on here, it'll say USB. It may be a little faint, but it says USB. And that's one thing I need to figure out, how to increase the brightness of this LCD panel. I'll have to check and see if you can do that. Press it again, you have auxiliary, it says aux. Press it again, we have auxiliary, VA, voice assistant. Then you have optical. And the guys, the voice assistant is just you putting Alexa or Google Home added to the soundbar. The optical, you have your HDMI in, a different HDMI, and we have again HDMI eARC. Sometimes if I'm switching real fast, it doesn't say it on the soundbar. I don't hear it if I'm switching real fast. But you switch a little bit slower, it'll say each one of them. All right, so moving on. Well, this is the Bluetooth, and we'll do the Bluetooth here. I want to show you guys how to get that done. It's actually very simple. I'll show you guys at the end how to set up Bluetooth. Let's go ahead and go over the equalizer. You can go ahead and press it one time. I'll put this up here so you guys can see the screen. And you press the down button. You have your equalizer movie. You have your equalizer music. This is all based on preference. And you have your direct, and you have your game mode here. So movie, music, direct, and game mode. Now you want, if you have a movie, preferably that's not 5.1. It doesn't say that codec. I would use movie. I would recommend that. If you're playing music, I would recommend music. Now, if you have direct, I would recommend putting your soundbar on direct if you have a movie codec that says it's 5.1. Also, if you have a movie codec that says it's Dolby Atmos, I would keep it on direct and also turn your Virtual X off, because your Virtual X simulates an overhead speaker, but I would turn it off and keep the up-firing speakers on your soundbar. So when you have a movie that's saying it's 5.1 Dolby Atmos, put it in direct equalizer, because it's gonna play out those channels. So it's gonna be true sound out of each speaker. It's not gonna simulate it. The movie input simulates a movie surround sound, but direct is as an actual movie surround sound based on the codecs. All right, so I would keep it on that. Now let's go into it says levels. And guys, if you have any more questions about that, just leave it in the comment and I'll answer any questions you have about that. All right, so next one's going to be levels. Let me go ahead and back it up here. All right, so levels will go down. You have your bass, you have your treble, you have your dialogue, and that's just increasing the dialogue. It'll increase the center speaker so you can hear the people. You have your center, increase the volume of that. You have your subwoofer, you have your surround sound levels, surround sound balance. You want your surround sound to be balanced. You have your height level. It's going to be the height level of your up-firing speakers. And again, you have your bass, treble, dialogue, center, subwoofer, surround level, surround balance, and your height level of your speakers. Next we have here is the effects. So you can see this. You have your height on. I have the height of my speakers on the up-firing speakers, Dolby Atmos. You have surround sound. I have that on as well. Virtual X I do have on. True volume, that's going to give you just the true volume. It's kind of, to me, it kind of decreases the bass, but it'll give you just a true volume. I have that off. You have your night mode. Night mode also decreases surround sound effects and everything. It makes it a little bit quieter. And that's it. So you have your height mode, you have your surround sound mode on, and you have your virtual X mode, which simulates a surround sound or overhead speakers. That's what virtual X simulates. It's almost like Dolby Atmos, but it's a little bit different. Then you have your true volume. It gives you true volume instead of if it's supposed to be, if it's simulating a surround sound thump, it's going to give you a true volume instead of that. And you have your night mode. So let's go ahead and go into setup. So next one is going to be setup. And this is just as you want to program your remote control, your Vizio remote control, or another remote control to program it to say certain, do different functionalities for the soundbar. So you want to program your controller, you press a button here and then a Bluetooth will come up on your soundbar. That's what that's for. All right, so this is what these are for in a nutshell, guys. If you have any more questions about it, just leave me comments below. I'm kind of giving you guys a quick synopsis. All right, then you got your volume up, volume down, and your mute. Now, let me show you guys how to do the Bluetooth. So to turn on Bluetooth is actually fairly simple. So basically all you do is you'll hit the Bluetooth button that's in the center. And after you hit that button, you'll see where it'll flash across the screen. It'll say Bluetooth, and you'll also hear it on the soundbar itself. So after you hit the button, it'll go into pairing mode automatically. And then you just grab your phone. You just grab your phone and search for the Vizio soundbar through Bluetooth. And then you just connect to it. So let's go ahead and knock that out real fast. So go ahead and click the Bluetooth button. Bluetooth. You'll see where it says Bluetooth here. And then you'll hear where it says Bluetooth on your soundbar, and now it automatically went into pairing mode. You'll see a light that goes up and down, and then let's go ahead and grab the phone. We'll grab the phone here, and then we'll go to settings. We'll go to Bluetooth, and then you go down to where it says Vizion M512a. So we'll go ahead and click that to connect to it. Connected. And then you'll see what now it says connected. Now your soundbar will actually tell you how to do it, but I just wanted to show you how to do it on the phone. All right, guys, so before we go into the sound test, there's a few more things I want to go over with the remote control and soundbar. Now to factory reset your soundbar settings is fairly easy. Just hold down the Bluetooth button and the volume down button simultaneously for 5 seconds. And then on your soundbar to the left, you'll see all your LED lights flash 3 times. And that just indicates that your soundbar is now in its factory default state. So that's pretty easy. Now to put your soundbar in eco mode, Now your soundbar is not automatically in eco mode. The default is set to off. Now to turn it on, what you do is you simultaneously press the power and the volume down button for 5 seconds. And then on your soundbar in the middle, you should see 3 LED lights illuminate. So if you have a period of time of inactivity, then your soundbar would turn off automatically. Now, going up here to the manual buttons, that's the only thing that I don't like about this soundbar is that I don't see the manual buttons up front. They're kind of up top, so you have to remember where they're located. So all the way to the left, you have your power, then you have your source, then you have your Bluetooth button, and then your volume down and volume up. So as far as the appearance, that's the only thing that I don't like. I have to reach over top for the menu if I don't have my remote control. I just kind of have to know where the buttons are located. But other than that, I mean, it's great. The remote control has a lot of functionality, a lot of functions on it. So I like that there. Now let's go ahead and go into the sound test. Now there's 2 issues here with the sound test. Now because of copyright laws, I can only show you free copyright music. So I can only show you that. I can't go into a large spectrum of different songs. And the second issue is, you know, you're using this microphone and also using YouTube. You're not going to get that real sound coming out. You know, it's going to be filtered through this microphone and also filtered through YouTube. So guys, this is going to be the best effort. I'm going through a couple of different functions here to show you kind of the sound difference. All right, again, guys, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below. So let's get started. All right, guys, so for the first function I have it set in your equalizer to movie. So this is what movie sounds like. Let me go ahead and line it up a little bit. It's a big sound. It fills the room with sound. I do like that. Gives you that surround sound, movie-like feeling. Now I do have my center speaker, which has a left and a right. I have 2 up-firing speakers, and I have a left and a right rear surround speakers. All right, so this is what movie sounds like. Let's go ahead and switch it. All right, this is what music sounds like.
Music.
Now guys, if you can hear the difference, then you are amazing, because I really can't hear a big difference between movie and music. Now, you know, this function is tailor-made for music, so it does have some advantages, but right now I just don't really hear more of the difference. You may hear that difference when you're playing, you know, from Bluetooth or Alexa or Google Home. You may hear a difference when you're playing actual audio music, audio files, or something coming from an audio box. Now let's go ahead and switch it. Now let's go ahead and switch it to direct.
Direct.
Now in movie, when you have it set to direct, you know, YouTube is broadcasting a 2.1 channel. I don't think YouTube is broadcasting a 5.1 channel. Now you go to Amazon or Amazon Prime or Netflix, and you have the 5.1 channel, because direct is direct. It's true channel, speaker channels coming out. So the back surround sound speakers are not playing right now. All right. So dual mode, when you put surround sound dual mode, when you put surround direct, every speaker is going to play based on the coded that the TV sent into the sound bar. All right. So let's go to the next one. Next one's going to be game. Now guys, to be honest with you, game sounds just about the same as music and movies. So I know there are some differences. If you're playing your Xbox or PS5, there's going to be a difference in the gaming, but as of right now, I can't tell a huge difference, and I'm pretty sure you can adjust the functionality and you will hear a better difference when you're playing different systems here. All right, let's slow this down a little bit and let's check out the different effects. I'm gonna put it back on movie. Now let's check out the different effects. Now, if you have it set to movie, let me go ahead and bring it back to the beginning. All right. All right, so now if you have it set on movie, and I have it set on movie, in my effects, I'm gonna go down to surround sound. Now, as it says surround on the remote control, I'm gonna go ahead and flip that not to off, but I'm gonna flip that to dual. So when you flip it to dual, and you surround dual, it'll play the same, it's not a surround sound anymore. Every speaker is playing. So it's not putting more bass in the front or more bass in the back, or it's not echoing. Every single speaker is playing. So you get that all room playing feel. So let's go ahead and put that, let's go ahead and change that right now. So under effects, I'm gonna go ahead and press effects. I'm gonna go down to surround, and I'm gonna change it to surround dual, and I'm gonna press OK. And just like that, the sound fills the room, because every speaker is playing kind of as one, or every speaker is playing the same amount of volume. So if you really like to jam out, I would recommend just putting it, going to your effects and going to surround, and changing it to dual if you're listening to music from YouTube or something like that, or Pandora or Amazon Music. I would recommend doing that. Now, if you're in Bluetooth, make sure you set your equalizer to music, and then you can put your, under effects, you can put your surround sound in dual, and then every speaker will act as one, or every speaker will be the same. It'll output the same amount of, I can't say bass, it'll output the same amount of volume. I'm going to turn this off, or turn it to regular surround sound. And I'm going to turn it up and let you guys hear it one more time. We're going to hear it on the different equalizers, and that's going to be about it, guys. All right, turning it back to movie. And one other thing, guys, that I forgot to show you early on, when you're changing your levels, and you go through bass, treble, what you do is when you click that right button, you'll see the indicator LED light on the left side of your sound bar. So when you're pressing right, I'll show you guys here. So if I have it here, if I'm going to level, I go down, let's say I want a bass, and I press the right button here, you're gonna see that light go increasing on your sound bar, indicating that your bass is going up. Just want to show you guys that. All right, so you'll see that indicator there. All right, so let's go ahead and listen to the last of this. I'll go through every equalizer. All right, let's go ahead. Here's music.
Music.
Is direct. Remember, guys, that direct is only going to play 2.1 because YouTube is not outputting 5.1. It's a direct coded. So you use direct, Amazon, when you see 5.1, Amazon Prime, or Netflix. All right, let's go ahead and do game. Actually, game sounds incredible. Let me take it back to movie again and see if there's a difference. Yeah, game. I can see the difference. I can hear the difference between gaming and movie. That movie has that more surround sound, and gaming has just a loud and impactful sound. So there is, I can hear a big difference between movie mode and game mode. All right, guys, and that's it for the sound test. All right, guys, so that's it. That's the review of the Vizio M512a-H6 soundbar. Now, I probably will make a second video based on you guys' questions. So if there's a bunch of questions on the same topics, then I'll bunch it all together, and I'll make a second part 2 video based on your questions, because I know there might be a lot of questions for this soundbar. But overall, my overall summary of the soundbar, it's a great soundbar. From 1 to 10, I'll give it about a 7. The only issue that I have with the soundbar is the Dolby Atmos. It wasn't really that great to me. I didn't really notice a big difference. It does have 2 up-firing speakers, but you know, I didn't really feel that sound coming from the ceiling. Now, granted, I do have high ceilings in my office, probably about 10 or 11 feet, but I didn't get that immersive Dolby Atmos feeling. At best, I got a great surround sound feeling that it seemed to be slightly above my head. So I didn't get that immersive overhead helicopter, things going on top of buildings, immersive sound. But other than that, the surround sound is great, very immersive. It fills this room. Now, again, this is my office, so it's a small room, but I love the surround sound. Bluetooth plays great. I really like the Bluetooth. It works pretty well. Now, I did, when using YouTube on Bluetooth, it did have a small latency, so I didn't notice that. But overall, if I'm using Bluetooth and I have my music, my Apple Music, I mean, it sounds rich, it sounds great. I would recommend, if you guys are using Bluetooth, just to put your equalizer on music, and then go to effects and go to surround and put the surround mode on dual, where every speaker is firing at the same intensity. It's really gonna fill your room. It fills this small office. It does it pretty great. So that's the setting I would recommend. Have your surround sound mode under effects on dual. That means every speaker is gonna have the same amount of intensity. It's not gonna be a surround sound. It's gonna be every speaker with the same intensity level. It's gonna fill your room, and it's just a great quality, and it's a great sound. Now, one thing I really do like also is the remote control. Vizio did a great job with the remote control. I do love the LCD screen, although I wish it could be just a little bit brighter. I still have to find out if there's a setting where you can make the LCD screen a little bit brighter. But other than that, it's a great remote control, bunch of configurations on the surround sound. You can customize it and calibrate it how you want. I can't say that this is a one type of setting that's the best. It's going to be based on your preferences. But I would recommend, if you're watching movies, to put your equalizer under direct. So that means you'll get when it's in direct mode, you'll get the best quality, and you'll get the best quality based on the codec that's using. So if it's a 5.1, you're gonna get a 5.1. If you have it in movie just tries to simulate a 5.1, but when it's in direct, you're getting that true 5.1 based on the codec. So if you're watching a movie, I would just keep it on direct. Keep your equalizer mode on direct. Now, you're watching a movie on Amazon or Netflix, and there's Dolby Atmos. And just like I said earlier, if Dolby Atmos and Vision, I would keep your equalizer on direct. I would probably turn your Virtual X mode off, although sometimes I do like the Virtual X mode. It does sound rich and it sounds immersive. Immersive and like a surround sound around you. But if you have the Dolby Atmos on the codec on your Amazon or Netflix video, just turn Virtual X mode off. Make sure your up-firing speakers are turned on. Increase your height level on your speakers, so you should be good to go. But guys, just to tell you the truth, it's going to be based on preference. Now, again, lastly, the thing that they can improve on, they can put the buttons on the front of these sound bars, so I don't have to look over and try to remember where the buttons are. And the up-firing speakers, Vizio, we can do a better job I know this is a budget soundbar, so I guess it just kind of fits that, but they can do a better job with up-firing speakers with the Dolby Atmos, because I didn't really feel that or hear that immersive sound above my head. But other than that, guys, it's a great soundbar, perfect for a big room and even more better for a smaller room. But it's a great, I love the surround sound. The wires are extra long. I can place them wherever I need to place them, the back surround sound speakers. The subwoofer is pretty good. I'll give the subwoofer from a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it about a 6.5, all right? It thumps really well. You got that thunderous feeling, but it could be a little bit louder. Sometimes I like the bass rich, and I really like it to pop. But other than that, the soundbar is great. I would definitely recommend it, right? It is a budget soundbar, so you're not gonna get that old Dolby Atmos feeling like you probably get from a Sonos or a more expensive soundbar, but it's a great soundbar. Guys, I know there'll be any questions. I'm sorry. I know there'll be a bunch of questions. I'll try to get to them as fast as I can. If I'm not getting to your questions in a timely manner, do know that I am researching it and trying to get the answer for you guys. All right, guys, so that's it. You have a great day. Catch you on the next one.